Ball deflected. Green comes up, and it's a Curry. Ahead, deflected by Westbrook. Catch made by Iguodala, who's tripped up in midair, spins up a prayer, and it's answered.
Curry eluding Ibaka, and it hits from downtown. The steal of 3-on-1. Curry for 3. Yes! The Warriors coming in a must-win scenario, evening up this series at 1 apiece.
So, after getting outscored 61-42 in the second half, the Warriors returned the favor last night, doing the same thing in their Game 2 win. Stephen A., what was the biggest reason for the Thunder's Game 2 collapse?
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really that simple. I mean, Steph Curry, and to be more direct, the impact his greatness appears to have on Russell Westbrook. But I also give Steve Kerr credit. You threw a bevy of bodies at Russell Westbrook, primarily Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson is one of the better defenders in the game of basketball. He's one of the best two-way players in the game. He can shoot lights out. He's the second best shooter in basketball as far as I'm concerned. And he's a big-time defender. And so when you look at that and look at the fact that Russell Westbrook had to deal with that, then you collaborate that with the greatness of an explosion from Steph Curry. To me, that's what spells doom for you. So it has a rippling effect. But ultimately, Steph Curry can demoralize you in a lot of ways because somebody like a Russell Westbrook, who's a high-end competitor, very ferocious in that regard, you want to go at him, just like you did in Game 1. You want to really go at this guy. But when you got to contend with a Klay Thompson, for example, and Steph Curry is out there shooting threes and he's coming off, it can tend to demoralize you at times, particularly when you don't get to go at him coming up the court because he's not the one guarding you. Psychologically, it can become very, very frustrating. You got to be a very disciplined star in moments like that to offset that kind of momentum coming your way.
Okay, obviously, we know what Steph did, but I want to talk about what Kevin Durant did not do in the third quarter. And obviously, I'm coming from a different perspective, or maybe not, but obviously, I'm rooting for Golden State because I picked Golden State in 5. And I got to tell you, in the first half, Mr. Smith, Kevin Durant, I keep saying, he just went nuclear, man. I mean, he is so long and so tall and has such a sweet jump shot that when he finds it, when he gets in that rhythm, he is flat out unguardable and unstoppable. He made 9 of 13 shots in the first half, but more important, he made 7 of 8 shots in the second quarter. And I got to tell you, at halftime, even though Iguodala, and we didn't give him much credit for that one trick shot that he made near the end of the first half, Iggy led the charge that gave them what I thought was a flimsy 8-point lead at halftime. So I'm expecting Kevin Durant to keep firing, man. He's got a hot hand, and he is in rhythm. And and I know what happened in the third quarter. Steph happened, but KD did not happen. He ends up taking 2 shots in the whole third quarter and made 1 of them. Now, as I pointed out, he turned it over 3 times in that third quarter. So all heck is breaking loose. He's turning it over. Steph's going the other way, making 3-point shots, and the ceiling fell in on the Thunder. I get all that, but it's just hard for me to fathom how Kevin Durant can go from 23 points in the first half and just look flat out unguardable, and he winds up with 6 in the second half. Now, obviously, he didn't play that much in the fourth quarter because the game was completely out of hand. Played 21.5 minutes in the first half and only 14 in the second. But he did play in the third quarter, and you can't let that happen. To me, I don't know if it's Billy Donovan's fault. I don't know if it's some Russell Westbrook's fault. I don't know whose fault it is, but Kevin Durant should get up more than 2 shots in the third quarter, especially when he is feeling it like he was feeling it in the second quarter. You should repeat that. Rinse and repeat at halftime in the third quarter because I got to tell you, they got nobody. Iguodala does a nice job on Kevin Durant, but he can't stop him when he's in that rhythm. So you explain it to me. 1 out of 2 in the third quarter, and that was ball game.
Well, you keep talking about the third quarter. I understand they were running away with it, but 5 shots in an entire second half. That's just utterly ridiculous when you're one of the best players in the world. So, again, it speaks to the absence of aggression that Kevin Durant tends to have from time to time, which is one of the reasons that people get critical about him periodically. It's not because of what he can't do. It's because of what we know he can do, but he chooses not to do for whatever reason. And so because of that, listen, if the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to win a championship, Kevin Durant's going to have to be far more aggressive, and Russell Westbrook's going to have to be far more efficient. Surprise, surprise. It's nothing we didn't already know.
Yep. Well, looking forward to Game 3, I expect Kevin Durant to have a huge night back in Oklahoma City in Game 3. Russell Westbrook has to have a bigger night than he had. And I'm going to say this again. Last night, Russell went 1 for 5 from the three-point line. He just takes too many threes because he's a lousy three-point shooter. Now, against Golden State this year, 3 regular season, 2 postseason, he's shooting 22% from 3. I know he made a couple of big ones Game 1 in the third quarter, obviously, but it's not worth it. So I think he hurts his team taking too many three-point shots. That's just me.
I agree.
Game 3 Sunday, Game 2 tonight in the East. Is LeBron James not getting fair treatment? That's the question we're going to get into next from officials after the break. Don't miss what he had to say about taking hard fouls from the Raptors. We'll react to it. Playoffs.
If there's an open road, never waste it. This is what we make, and this is how we make it.
It is not easy becoming a small business owner. Carly definitely needed some help along the way. Her catering business needed a street address to get started, so I set her up with a mailbox. Now anything she needs to get printed, from business cards to flyers, I'm going to be right there for her. We are readily available to be her taste testers.
From printing to packing, shipping to marketing, together, there's nothing we can't solve. Go to a UPS store today to see how.
Someone's hacked all our technology.
Technology. Say, have you seen all the amazing technology in Geico's mobile app?
Mobile app?
Look, electronic ID cards, emergency roadside service. I can even submit a claim.
Wow.
Yep, Geico's mobile app works like a charm.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
The new Chase Freedom Unlimited card earns you unlimited 1.5% cash back on everything you buy. The cash back is unlimited, and you can spend it on anything, like whatever the next ad is selling. Get the new Chase Freedom Unlimited card.
Hey, welcome to Moe's!
Experience the surprisingly refreshing Ancho Lime Bowl. Like everything at Moe's, it's honestly awesome.
Why do so many businesses rely on the U.S. Postal Service? Because when they ship with us, their business becomes our business. That's why we make more e-commerce deliveries to homes than anyone else in the country. Here, there, everywhere. The United States Postal Service. Priority you.
When our troops don't come back, someone has to help their families move forward.
My family lost so much.
It was a shock.
It was a void.
Special Operations Warrior Foundation was there for me.
Without Special Operations Warrior Foundation, I don't know how we would all afford to go to college.
Now through July 31st, a portion of each sale of specially marked Cherry Extra Strength 5-Hour Energy Shots benefits the Special Operations Warrior Foundation.
We hope you'll join the fight.
You know, when I first started out, it was all pencil and paper. The Surface Pro is very intuitive. With the pressure of my hand, I can draw lightly, just like I would with a real pencil. I've been a forensic artist for over 30 years. I do the composite sketches, which are the bad guy sketches. You need good resolution, powerful processor, because the computer has to start thinking as fast as my brain does. I do this because I want my artwork to help people.
This is Claire in Phoenix. Can I help you?
Yes.
Great.
Correct.
Ma'am, this isn't an automated computer.
Operator?
Ma'am, I'm here. I'm live.
Wait, you're real?
Yeah. With Discover Card, you can talk to a real person in the U.S. day or night. Plus, we're not going to waste your time trying to sell you a bunch of other products you don't really need.
That is really nice of you.
I feel really bad about shouting at you. Oh, you weren't shouting. You were just speaking in all caps.
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. 100% U.S.-based customer service. Here to help, not to sell.
You're watching First Take, presented by Bass Pro Shops.
Warriors by 7. Green off to Curry, left side, open on a screen for 3. Got it! Ball to